Welcome to the Quick Guide video series for the Blonder Tongue HDE8C QAM encoder. This series will help you set up your system, configure it the way you like, and operate it with the BaR and Restaurant GameChanger app. Companion reference literature is noted in the YouTube video description. They include the quick guide and instruction manual. There's also a companion video on our YouTube channel entitled How to Set Up an HDE8C QAM for DirecTV. This provides even more detail if you need it. Here you can see the complete system diagram, and we're going to refer to this as we progress. The right side of the diagram covers the distribution to the TVs. Right now, we're going to focus on the left side of the diagram, which includes the interconnections of the encoder, satellite receivers, and Wi-Fi router. This video starts by explaining how to set up the system with all the necessary interconnections. Then, we'll configure the Wi-Fi and encoder to group your TVs into zones. And lastly, operate the system with the BaR GameChanger app. Setup number 1, encoder inputs. We begin the system setup by connecting the encoder inputs from each satellite receiver. Labels are provided to help keep the equipment and connections all organized. Locate the blank receiver labels in the plastic bag supplied with the encoder. Number each label with units number 1 through 8. Find the receiver ID number on the first unit. Write the last 4 digits of the receiver ID on label number 1 and place the label on front of the corresponding receiver. Repeat this for all 8 satellite receivers. Now, connect each receiver output to the encoder inputs, making sure that receiver number 1 is connected to component input number 1 on the encoder. Repeat this process for all of the receivers. Setup number 2, receiver control. Now it's time to set up the part of the system that provides the receiver control and monitoring. Connect the receiver control 10100 port on the encoder to the BBDECA with a Cat5 jumper cable. By the way, BBDECA stands for Broadband DirecTV Ethernet to Coax Adapter. Connect the control and monitoring 10100 port on the encoder directly to a Wi-Fi router with a Cat5 jumper cable. Special note, do not use a switch in between the encoder and the router. You can use a switch elsewhere in the network, just not between the Wi-Fi router and the encoder that's being controlled by the BaR app. Setup number 3, satellite receivers and BBDECA. Now connect the 8 satellite receivers and BBDECA as shown in the system diagram. Power up the receivers and the encoder. Your setup is now complete. This completes the setup of the BaR GameChanger system. Now go to the next video to configure it.